Bezat Hashem, we're back at the yeshiva, Arvit, the yeshiva of Sterling, Yeshiva Shul Hashem, Sterling and 40th Avenue. Right after Arvit, we speak a little bit about the Aliyot of the Parshat. Today is Tuesday, the third day. Today was Tuesday. The third Aliyah will be discussed a little bit. So we know that Paro, this is the Aliyah that already after Makat Choshech. Okay? As we learned yesterday, that there was a Makkah, that the Mitzrayim couldn't see anything. And one of the reasons we said that Paro, that the Jews, there were a lot of Jews who were denying Hashem, which is on its own very strange, because it says, Hakol b'dei shamayim, chutz mi'irat shamayim. Why not Yirat shamayim? David, lama there is no Yirat shamayim in us? It's not true. Hakol b'dei shamayim, Gemara says, means it's determined if each person, one will be skinny, one will be fat, one will be smart, one will be not smart, one will be tall, one will be short. Everything is decreed. This one will have every day of your life. How much money you're going to have is decreed. Every day. Not once a year. How much money in the bank will be on Rosh Hashanah or Erev Rosh Hashanah. Every day of your life, every second, how much money you have in the bank is decreed 40 days before you were even conceived. Not before you were born, 40 days before your parents decided to have you. Yeah, how far we went? Hashem decides on every person, everything except for one thing. Hashem does not decide if you're going to be God-fearing person. What's going to be? Why is that? Because he doesn't have to. Each Jew or that is born to this world has chelek elokah mima'al. What is chelek elokah mima'al? Fear of God. Yirat shamayim. Every Jew is born with Yirat shamayim. It's impossible for a Jew not to have Yirat shamayim. You talk to a Jew, if he's a real Jew, he will do tshuva instantly in a second. Just by hearing somebody invoking the Hashem's name, the God's fear in this world, he will do tshuva. Who doesn't do tshuva? The people who are born Yirat shamayim. Who are these people? Rahman al-Islam, Gerim, Mishpachot Gerim, those that are not coming 100% with the pure neshama of Hashem. Those will have problems. Becoming, you see Jews don't do tshuva when you talk to them Hashem. You have to be doubting if they're Jews. You have to doubt if they're Jews. So here you have in Egypt, what happened? It could be that a person, Rahman al-Islam, is even having a relationship with his wife who is Jewish, but there is problems in her neshama. There's so much distortion, and the baby is born in the world without fear of Hashem, as we know through other avirot, that it relates to what they're eating, how they're behaving, how they're talking, father and mother, how they are relating to each other. So you could have a child who goes against Hashem. So yesterday, Hashem, the Aliyah, second Aliyah in this parasha, Hashem had to kill a lot of Jews. 80% of the Jewish population had to be killed. Who are these people? Those that went against Hashem. Those that do not have a chelek elokah mima'al. Those who do not have automatic fear. Imagine yourself, Moshe Rabbeinu came, first Makkah. You know how rich Jewish people became? First Makkah, David. What was the first Makkah? David, Eliran, what was the first Makkah? Sharon, Slacha. What's the first Makkah? Dam. You know why Hashem sent them down? One of the reasons? Maor. One of the reasons why there was blood, the first Makkah, is because Hashem wanted the Jewish people to become rich. All the Jews were selling blood, turned water into blood, blood turned back into water. If a goy, Mitzri, paid him money, the water was real water, not blood. So all the Jews saw this. Can you imagine? A Jew saw 8 makot that only happened to Egyptians, and they still did not have fear of God. So all those Jews had to be killed. Okay? So all those Jews. So when they had to be buried, how you bury them? You know when? When the Egyptians were busy with Makat Choshech, they didn't see anything, they couldn't move. The Jews were burying 80% of its population. That was yesterday. Today is going to be, Moshe comes to Paro, and he says, Paro calls to Moshe. Halas, I don't want to suffer anymore. Take the Jews, take the whole nation, but leave all the possessions with me. Paro is telling to you, Moshe Rabbeinu in this Aliyah, you leave everything to me. Moshe says, hey, how are you talking about? We're going to take, not just we're going to take our properties, you going to give us everything good. And you're going to give us all the gold possessions. And you're going to give us also animals. And everything is going to go. Why? Because we're going to use it to serve Hashem in the Midbar. And what happens? And Hashem got angry with Paro. Again, he's hardening his heart. And Paro says, more than that. How do they end the conversation at this Aliyah? The ending of the conversation is, Paro is decreeing that Moshe can never appear in front of Paro anymore. Paro, hello, Nathaniel. Paro decreed in this Aliyah that no more. Third Aliyah, the decree. Ugazar, she'asur leMoshe lavo leParo yoter. Ya'aneh, if any time that's it, finished. And what happened? And then, so Moshe says, okay, I'll agree to you. You hear? I agree that I'll never come to you anymore. And Moshe was on the way out, and somebody said yesterday or the day before that Hashem didn't talk to Nevi'im al chutz la'aretz. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, right there in the palace of Paro, in this Aliyah, Hashem is talking to Moshe and telling him one more last besorah you have to tell him. Which besorah? One more nega. What was the last makkah? Makat Bechorot. Tell him he's going to lose all his firstborns. And Bezat Hashem, tomorrow hopefully we'll continue in the Aliyah Arvit.